The Labour Party loses a 7th House of Rep member to ruling APC. You know what that means, right? 7 people or 7 persons who have been elected under the platform of the Labour Party has defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress. Now, I am not saying this because maybe I belong to any political party. I don't belong to any political party in Nigeria. I am not a card-carrying member of any political party in Nigeria. But the reason why I am saying this is that during 2023 election, that is when a lot of people were believing that maybe they could bring out something from majority vote. But later we understood that it doesn't work in Nigeria. So a lot of people who got elected into these platforms did not spend money. They did not get there because of their own integrity, because of whom they are. They got there because of the influence of, in quote, obedience. Yeah, a lot of people got there because people were rooting for B2B then. They were voting all through Labour Party. But look at what they have done. They betrayed the trust of the people because the people were trying to go away from the political parties that have kept us the way we are, that have sold Nigeria, that have hijacked everything you could think or talk about. Also, they have also hijacked the institutions like the legislatures, the judiciary, and so on and so forth. So this is one of the issues that makes me to think that, yes, there is no hope. Anytime I talk about there is no hope in Nigeria, people find reasons to argue that there could be hope. Maybe things could turn around. They could go into regional government or amend constitution, do this, do that. But when you see things happening every day, you start asking yourself questions. Now, I know that political party is nothing, but individuals is what matters. Yes, I know that despite they go to any party they like, but will that change Nigeria? That is the question. Absolutely no. It will not change Nigeria. See, from 2023 then, I was looking up to what can change this country. What is that thing that can change this country? And that was the reason why a lot of people they were following Nnamdi Kanu then before he was adopted. They started going after him because they see someone who can tell them the truth about the state of the nation. A lot of people are lying to you about the state of the nation, Nigeria. Yes, no country that is free. A lot of countries have problems, right? But having problem is not the problem of Nigeria. No, but the sincerity of the problem. The leaders we have today, they created the problem. They have a purpose why they created the problem. And that is why the thing is tiring. Because you can't see a leader who is sponsoring insecurity. The problem is not that we have insecurity. The problem is that we have leaders who are sponsoring it. If you talk, they said, bro, you are so person, you are a bad person, that you have to come and prove it, as if there is nothing to prove. There is nothing to prove. Now, come to talk about the Attorney General of Nigeria. This man is always exposing the judiciary, but people don't understand. First of all, when he assumed office, I think the second outing he went, he said that judiciary is not the hope of the common man, no. That judiciary now is the hope of the rich people. He did not paint words when he was saying it. Now, recently, he also said something. He talked about the rot in the judiciary. And that is what we are still fighting up to today. That is what led Dere Farotimi to detention or prison that he is today. Everybody just saying judiciary is corrupt, judiciary is corrupt. Then, let us point out the figure who made it corrupt. Who made it corrupt? That is what we're supposed to be thinking about.
My Lord, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, my Lord, the President of the Court of Appeal, may I adopt the already established protocol. I'm honored to present this address on behalf of the Nigerian Bar Association at this ceremony, or at this Justices Conference with the team Judicial Introspection. Someone once said that sometimes in life, you need to draw back to be able to surge forward. And I think that's what this conference has designed to do. For the Justice of the Court of Appeal to draw back so that they will be able to much further. And I'm grateful to have been invited to present this address. In some of my addresses at court sessions, marking opening of legal year ceremonies, I've drawn attention to the negative perception of our courts. It would appear I did not go far as Inspector General of Police, who was reported to have said sometime last week that our criminal justice system in Nigeria is weak, sick, and needs a complete overhaul. But I dare say, Whatever sickness or weakness that may have been identified, whether in a criminal justice system or indeed our entire justice system, is attributable to both the bar and the bench. We all have in one way or the other contributed to that. And we also have a duty to make for a better perception of the legal profession as well as our justice delivery system. For want of time, I will abridge my address. But I would like to say that the efficacy of exercising constitutional judicial power is firmly anchored on a moral authority that rests on public confidence. According to the past Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Dahiru Mustafa, the judiciary commands no armies and collects no taxes as a statutory authority rests squarely in the public's perception of its propriety. To achieve this, the bar and the bench must show mutual respect so that the administration of justice would not be jeopardized. Public confidence in the judge and the judicial system reinforces conviction for the attainment of justice and enhances the willingness of the populace to subjugate before the law. It follows, therefore, that where public confidence in the judicial system is high, the incidence of people taking the law into their own hands will be very low indeed, whereas the reverse will be the case where public confidence is low. Accordingly, the bars are quite aptly asserted that the lack of public confidence in the judiciary is the beginning of the end of society. While we admit that societal perception of the integrity of the judicial system occupies a critical role in the promotion of social order by administering the law in a manner that satisfies the fundamental requirements of justice, this perception, however, gives assurance to the majority of the citizenry who bask in the comfort that no person, institution, or government, no matter how powerful or wealthy, is outside the sphere of the judicial legal authority. Thurgood Marshall of the U.S. Supreme Court reminded us that the measure of a country's greatness is its ability to retain compassion in times of crisis. For Nigeria to overcome its challenges, the judiciary must lead with compassion and integrity. We must have an efficient judiciary manned by judges who conduct proceedings with fairness and integrity in all their dealings, both judicially and effectively. Thus, the public's perception of judiciary propriety and the system it represents must be that of respect and admiration. Judges must consistently perform their judicial functions in a manner that would not erode the public's belief that those saddled with the responsibility of addressing wrongs done unto them are beacons of fairness, equity, competence, propriety, and justice. Accordingly, it is very important to ensure that those who abuse the privilege of judicial authority are exposed, punished, and removed. The duty of the bar is no different. The bar is expected to be knowledgeable, fearless, and truthful. Above all, its members are expected to show total respect for the laws of the land and defend the same at any cost. The bar fails in its duties to society and the cause of justice where it condones, encourages, or fails to take definite actions to eliminate injustice, indiscipline, corruption, and corrupt practices among its members, or condones any form of tyranny from any arm of government. It is therefore hoped that the legal profession will discharge the weighty responsibilities hanging on the shoulders of the bar and the bench with vigor, truth, dignity, and full awareness of the consequences of a failure to act in this regard. The bar must at all times maintain towards the court respectful attitude, not for the sake of the temporary incumbent of the judicial office, but for the maintenance of its supreme importance. Judges, not being wholly free to defend themselves, are peculiarly entitled to receive the support of the bar against unjust criticisms and clamor. Where there is proper ground for a serious complaint against a judicial officer, it is the right and duty of a lawyer to submit his grievances to the appropriate proper authorities. In such cases, but not otherwise, such charges should be encouraged and the person making them should be protected. The integrity of the judge and the judiciary is a sacred public trust that must be protected and upheld by all, especially members of the legal profession. Today, mere suspicions, baseless unconfirmed rumors, together with foul innuendos, find ready spaces in our newspapers, television stations, and social media without proper concern for the far-reaching damage being done not only to the judge in question, but the entire institution of justice. It is rather unfortunate that on some occasions, the press and indeed lawyers have allowed themselves to be used as a willing tool by litigants keen on whipping sentiments towards their cause and disparaging the reputation of judges and the judiciary without exercising due caution. A lawyer who has accepted a matter must conduct the same with seriousness. I will skip this. My lords, permit me to use this medium to condemn the misuse of appellate processes by lawyers. It is becoming increasingly common for lawyers to file appeals merely to meet the number of cases required to meet the application for the rank of senior advocates of Nigeria, and continue to waste precious judicial time. It does not matter that many of these appeals have no particular significance to the development of the law, as well as counsel's outstanding contribution to the legal field, both in terms of legal knowledge and advocacy skills. It is more about quantity rather than quality. This practice undermines the very essence of justice and contributes to the large number of appeals being filed in the appellate courts, which in turn clogs the court dockets and ultimately cause delays which lead to public disillusionment with the system. We urge the courts to adopt measures such as awarding costs against persons who file these cases as a way of deterring others from following the path. The NBA will engage with the LPPC to emphasize the need for quality over quantity in evaluating candidates for the rank of senior advocate of Nigeria. We must work together to ensure that the sanctity of the judicial process is upheld and frivolity is discouraged at all levels. I will conclude by saying that the Court of Appeal is a critical institution in our democracy, and its ability to uphold the principles of justice will continually shape the future of our nation. The Nigerian Bar Association remains a steadfast partner in this regard, in this journey. We are committed to supporting the judiciary and implementing reforms, embracing technology, and addressing the challenges that hinder the effective administration of justice. Together, we can build a judiciary that inspires confidence, delivers justice, and stands as a model for all to emulate. May this judicial year bring groundbreaking decisions, enhance efficiency, and renew public trust in the judiciary. It is our prayer that Almighty God shall continue to give your lordships good health, sound mind, and wisdom to carry out the onerous responsibility bestowed on you. We shall surely work together to strengthen the pillars of justice upon which our society rests, ensuring that our judicial system remains a true beacon of hope and equity. Thank you for listening, and may God bless all of us.